Hey, MacDowin here. Today we are taking a look at a couple of Buffy the Vampire Slayer action figures from the Loyal Subjects. I found these at Target for $15.99 each, and instead of doing a review on each figure by itself, I thought I would go ahead and do a review of both of them together since they are pretty similar and there's not a lot of accessories. I didn't know these figures were coming out. I walked by the collector's area in Target and I found them and I thought, hey, maybe I'll take a look at these. I've never seen a figure from this company before, so I thought I'd pick it up. It's definitely not a 6-inch or a 4-inch. It looks more like a 5-inch action figure line. But yeah, anyway, so these are the main characters, Buffy and Angel, and I'm kind of surprised that they're doing Angel under Buffy's TV show and they didn't do like a Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel TV show kind of separate. But anyway, this is best action figures. You got Buffy and Angel. We'll flip these around real quick. We'll take a look at the back of the box. And wow. Okay, so we've got some computer renderings that don't look all that great. It's funny. It looks like they are actual renderings of a figure in maybe PlayStation 1 or 2 graphics. They don't look that great, I am sorry to say. So, yeah. A list of weapons down there, or the accessories and incredible sculpt details, exclamation point. There's a little bit about Buffy and a little bit about Angel here, so I'm not going to stop and read that. It says 31 points of articulation, so that'll be fascinating to see what we come up with. There's art here from the TV show on the side. These packages were a little bit beat up. I don't know how well put together they are. There's like no tape on parts of these. There's a piece of tape up here. Or is there? Nope, no tape here. It almost makes me think this is on the outside, but it really isn't. It's just kind of weird. And we get over here Buffy art, but I'm guessing that's just for the TV show and not the character itself. All right, let's get these figures out of the box and take a look at them and see what we think of them. You have to admit, right out of the box, they come with a fair amount of accessories, some interesting things. Let's take a quick look at those. Buffy comes with a crossbow, and it's got some cool looking paint apps for such an inexpensive figure. I think it's inexpensive, it's not $20. But silver-tipped arrows, got a couple arrows here on the side. The rest of it's brown, and then the handle is a bronze gold. That's kind of nice. She also comes with a bit of a bent or a bowed axe. But again, you know, the paints, it's really cool, some of the paint detail on here. It's better than some of the $20 figures that we can get. And for her last weapon, we'll call it, she comes with Mr. Pointy. Her stake that she stabs through the hearts of a vampire. Let's get that back more in the center. So yeah, it's a little soft. Mr. Pointy has gotten soft. I don't think it's going to be doing any stabbing, but she could look cool holding it. All the hands she comes with have a horizontal hinge, and these pair of hands are balled up fists. You can't put anything in the hands. They're pretty easy to drop, apparently, the way I'm holding them. So yeah, if you need her to hold a fist towards a vampire or somebody, then yep, there you go. Balled up fist hands. She also comes with the traditional C-style of hand, so she can hold the crossbow, the axe, and Mr. Pointy. And finally, she comes with a dark color best action with a crown sticker. Now we'll jump over and take a look at Angel's accessories. He comes with this battle axe, which doesn't have a lot of paint apps compared to some of Buffy's accessories, but I think it looks just fine. I think it has paint apps where it needs. And he comes with a sword, and I'm not sure if the sword is meant to be bowed and bent, or if that's just how it is. I don't know what kind of damage this thing's going to do, but these are rather soft, and that's what I didn't mention with the battle axe as well. They are really soft weapons. They are very soft. You might have to run, if you get this set, you may have to run this under hot water and see if you can get that to straighten out. But it's unfortunate that a lot of accessories with figures nowadays, they're just so soft. It's really disappointing that they're not a little bit harder plastic, because I don't even think this would look good being posed with the figure. You know, you're holding it, you walk by like, man, he has a bent sword. So like Buffy, he also has horizontal hinged hands. He comes with an extra pair of hands that, well, are just kind of opening and grabbing, you know, I don't know, reaching out to grab somebody maybe? And probably the best accessory between both of the figures is Angel's extra head. The reason I say that is, well, you know, it actually kind of looks like him in vampire form. Of all the heads, this may be the closest head to the actor between all three heads. I think this looks a lot like him, so that's pretty cool. And finally, he also comes with a best action sticker. It has kind of a green to red gradient there. I'll show you a quick size comparison with some 4-inch action figures just so you can get an idea of where they are in scale. But one thing I find rather interesting is he is a shorter figure than she is. In the TV show, he was tall and she was short, not tall. And so it's like the figures are a little bit opposite. She's like towering above him. That's so weird and crazy. Anyway, let me grab some 6-inch figures real quick. So here's a few 6 and 7-inch action figures just to kind of give you a height and scale again for these larger figures. These figures, these two, Buffy and Angel, are really going to be in their own little world. I don't think they actually scale with any of these other lines well at all. So when you get them, they are going to be in their own little area with any other 5-inch Loyal Subjects action figures that you can find. I don't know all the ones that are out there. These are the first two I've seen. So there you go. Let's take a look at the figure themselves. The first thing I'm going to mention is I don't think this face looks like the actress whatsoever. I don't know if that's what they're going for. They use the actress on the box, so I'm assuming that that is one of the things, is they want the figures to look like the actor and actresses. But she doesn't. Now, if this was a generic, like a Buffy, just generic, that would be kind of cool. That way we don't have an actress's face to connect to the character, and then Buffy could live on forever and ever and so forth. Just, you know, a generic, kind of a generic face. The face I don't think is bad. It just is not Buffy's face. It's a very slender figure, and it feels pretty basic. It doesn't feel like any of the higher end figures. It has tons of articulation though. The head rotates back and forth, limited by the blonde hair in the front, and then the shoulders, the arms rotate all the way around. You can lift it up. There's really no problem. These are easy. Biceps rotate, double pin at the elbow. The wrists rotate and has a hinge. Look at that. Look at that. There is a torso thing under here. She can lean forward there, lean back about that far. Really not so bad. Hey, look at that. The leg came off. Her left leg just popped right off. Can't wait to get to the leg articulation. She does have a waist and it rotates. The unfortunate thing about the rotation is it's just a waist cut. There is no decoration, ornamentation through this area. And so when you go to turn her waist, I'm sure you're not going to turn her this far, but it kind of looks a little ugly, if you ask me. You can see kind of like right down in there, and you got this little hip joint sticking out there, and it's not very pretty looking. So I'm not sure exactly who these figures are aimed at, if they're aimed at adults or kids. Yeah, Buffy hasn't been on TV for a while, so I'm assuming these are aimed at adults. So I would say a kid's figure, this is work great. If you want her to do the splits, she's going about that far, and she's got thigh rotation. She's got double pin at the knee, and we'll talk about the knee in just a moment. Finally, there is a rotation at the ankle. I'm not sure if there is a hinge. I haven't seen it. And if there is, then the base of her pants, or her pants, come down too far and you can't use it anyway. If you want her to stick her leg out, she could stick her leg out that far, but she's not moving her legs back whatsoever. Another small problem, well, we'll get to that in just a moment. Let's look at the coat here. So she's got a super, as you can tell, very soft, rubbery coat. You can, if you pull her arms back, pull this coat off. You're going to have to slide it below the hair to get this coat off. And I think she looked pretty good without the coat. Because the shirt's black and the arms are black, I think you could actually display or use this figure without the coat. I think it works just fine. But golly, she is slender, isn't she? In fact, so slender that her ribs stick out beyond her hourglass shape there. Just pointing that out. Anyway, she has also got a very large rear portion back here. That's why her legs won't go back at all. It's a really wide cut. If it was a little bit more of a narrower cut, then you might be able to get the legs to lean back just a little bit. But it's a very wide piece back here. The front's very wide as well. One thing I'm noticing, I don't know if you can tell through the camera or not, but the upper thighs that connect to the waist, it already fell off once. Let's do it again there. So to this ball joint, this piece up here seems to be a different color than the waist and the thigh area. I don't know. Let's see if we can get that kind of closer. My lights may wash out. But yeah, these pieces right here are a slightly different color. These are shinier and brighter. These are a little bit more matte and darker. That's kind of interesting. That's just something I'm noticing here. And actually, we'll keep her a little bit closer for the moment. Check out these knees. Check out these knees when you bend the figure. That's a massive knee joint right there. Let's do the other one. And that sucker, that's a massive, ugly knee, I'm just saying. Golly. I don't know how, I'm not a toy designer, I can't tell you how to design a knee any better. But when you flip her around, also look at her back knee joints. They are completely opened and exposed. So it helps when you bend the knee, and she's got a great heel to rear end tap there. But man, yeah. So the elbows actually look, I think, pretty good when you bend them up. I don't think that's too much of a problem there. The figure's interesting. It's got a lot of articulation. It doesn't feel like it's super strong and sturdy. The leg doesn't take a lot to come off. Maybe that's my figure. Maybe that's all of them. I don't know. I'm not sure what to expect with this company. We could swap out some hands here real quick. The hands that she comes with, by the way, are just kind of like open hands. Yeah, just like that. So they pop off pretty easy. I am liking replaceable... Oops, I just did the wrong hand. Let's put the wrong hand. Left hand on the right arm. There we go. Now she's got a C holder type. I'm not sure. Grip hand, I guess. So she can hold that, and you could probably put her in a halfway decent pose. Her head's not on a ball joint. It's just a back and forth. I can't get it to really, I guess a little bit, but not much. Oh, by the way, on the bottom of the feet, there's no hole, so you can't put these figures on a figure stand of any kind. So, I mean, you could probably get the figure to pose in a kind of a cool position, maybe. Maybe with some sticky tack. Well, there you go. You know, there's a pose. Let's see. Not this thing. Where's Mr. Pointy? So we'll take off this hand. And we'll put this hand on it. And right there. Or actually, maybe she should do it the other way. There we go. Oh, she can't hold Mr. Pointy up. So she could hold it that way. Or you could try to get her to hold it up like that. It's not working. That's not a heavy accessory either. That's really not. But that would be a kind of a cool pose if you could get her hand to be up like that. I mean, it's kind of a neat figure, don't get me wrong, but there are some things that would make me question if I buy future versions of either Buffy figures or from this line. The leg is one of them. I'm not as invested in a Buffy or an Angel or some of these other properties. I'm not that invested. So if the figure doesn't pop and isn't really awesome right off the bat, I'm probably not going to buy again. Anyway, so there is Buffy for your consideration. I've pointed out a few things that I found are odd. Let's take a look at Angel. All right, so here we have Angel again. The face does not look like the actor. In fact, if you ask me, he looks a little sad. I think he looks a little lost, like, I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah, he's a little sad and disappointed, I think. I don't know why he's disappointed. For hands, he comes with kind of like an open hand that Buffy has, and for the left hand. The right hand is the only hand that has any kind of a grip right there. The others are just open, so he only has one hand to hold any accessory. He has a sword and a battle axe. Unfortunately, you can't have him hold the sword and battle axe at the same time. So let's see, what's his articulation like? Well, it's about the same as Buffy. His head rotates really well. He doesn't have any hair to block it. He does have a bit of an up and down. He's supposedly got a torso. He can go in that far, come back that far, and that's about it. He does have a waist articulation. You have to grab real hard on him to twist around, and maybe my figure. His arms rotate all the way around, go up about that far. He's a T. He's got bicep rotation. I'm impressed really with the articulation on these figures. The elbow double pin, the hand has a rotation and a hinge. There is a horizontal hinge here, and it's kind of ugly looking. If you see where, let's see, how close can I get this to focus in? The hinge is like all the way up in the palm. It's a little ugly. It doesn't look so bad on the back side of the hand, but I don't know. It's just a little ugly looking to me. If you want him to do the splits, well, because of his coat, he can only go about that far. This coat is a little bit harder rubber, not nearly as soft as Buffy's coat. So if you want him to do any leg splits, then you'll need to have him take it off. My figure only bends his left leg up that far. I'm not really sure why. I'll have to take a look at that. He does have thigh rotation, double pin at the knee. He's got the same massive knee problem as Buffy, but there's something different about this one because he can only go that far with his knee. He can't go all the way. And then finally, an ankle rotation. If there is a hinge, I can't find it. And the pant legs come down so far, it doesn't matter if he has a hinge anyway. And that was, I said lastly, but that's really not last. Let's take this coat off. There's another joint that he has that Buffy doesn't, and I like this. This is cool. It kind of sticks out, but he's got a butterfly joint, and this is probably one of the best butterfly joints I have seen on any action figure that I have purchased. And that moves. That really moves. It's kind of cut a little bit in the front so it can come forward. It's cut a little bit in the back so it can go further back. This is we're just going to play butterfly all day apparently. It does give him kind of a funny look though. It gives him kind of weird little pointy shoulders there, but that's all right. He's a vampire, right? He's supposed to have some odd looks to him. So we'll flip him around. The back of his knees are not nearly as ugly. We can get the light there. You don't see the gaping hole here. There's a back piece to the knee, so it only allows him to bend his knees 90 degrees like that. That's kind of neat. So that way, he doesn't have this huge gaping knee problem. It's a little bit better. Too bad they didn't put that on her. That would be kind of cool. Let's swap out his head here real quick. Take that head off, put this head on, and this one doesn't seem to really snap into place, but okay, it's on. This is the head that I think really actually looks like Angel. I think this one looks really good. The character. Oh, by the way, his waist also has the same problem that if you twist it, it's got pieces kind of hanging out and out. Yeah. So, but it's not really Angel without the coat, so we'll put the coat back on him. It's pretty easy to take on and off. I like that he comes with a grip hand. There we go. Isn't this looking more like Angel right there? I like that he's he comes with a grip hand. Gonna have to pry that grip hand because this is way too soft to shove in there either which way. So you're gonna have to take the hand off, apparently. There we go. This is very sad and disappointing, kind of. There we go. I'm going to get you. I've got a sword, and I'm gonna get ya. Aren't you afraid of this guy? The execution on this portion is very poor. What are you gonna do with this hand? I don't know. What are we gonna do with this hand? Oh, woe is me. Woe is me. My hand fell off. That's all right. I'm not alive. It doesn't matter. Okay, I gotta find that hand. After lots of deep and hairy searching, I finally found it deep on the floor. We'll take that hand off now that we put it back on. Let's put this one on, and there he is. On guard. Aha. There we go. On guard. Ha 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 ha. Maybe? Oh, he's not a swashbuckler? Oh, that's right. And let's see. Well, we'll put the original hand back on. And yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, it's not gonna work. We only have... And... yeah. I probably am not recommending these, by the way. Just thought I'd throw that out there. I bought these so you don't have to, and you have an idea of what's going on here. There we go. Battle Axe Angel. Can we get him to pose? Kinda. Probably not in poses you would want him to get in. If you're gonna get this figure, this may be the head that you keep on this figure, because the other one is... he's just really sad. He's lost. He lost his teddy bear, and he doesn't know where to get it. Or where to find it. I don't know. But this Angel, oh my goodness, this is battle-ready Angel. This is... we almost needed a second Buffy head with, you know, some determination, some look. Let's put the head up so you can see it better. And that's a good-looking head. That's probably the best of both of these figures is this head. Okay, I'll stop talking about the head. But anyway, the battle axe seems to hold up. It's bendy, but it seems to hold up a little bit better. It's popping back into form. That sword. Okay. That sword. All right. So last thing that I will show you. I think Angel is a far better figure than Buffy. Just too bad he's shorter than she is. It's not really a character and TV. I guess with their likenesses not being the actor or actress, then I guess, yeah, never mind. All right, so one last thing I want to show you real quick, and that is the inside packaging. This is kind of neat. It has a variety of characters back here. It's got Buffy and Angel, Willow, Xander, Giles, and Cordelia. So characters from, it looks like just the first season. There's Spike. That's maybe Drusilla. Drew's over there, and I think somebody might be here, and I can't quite tell who that is. And you can't really see. Maybe if, oh, there we go. If I do this, you can kind of see their pictures here, there, and so forth. It's kind of a cool background. You could pull that out, maybe put some tape here, and then, yeah, that could be kind of a cool little background for both of them. Just use one. It says Buffy the Vampire Slayer here. On the side, there's all these only one Slayer, just over and over and over in small, big, medium print. Nothing behind it. But that's kind of a cool little insert that you could attach together and have a little display or something there if you want to get these figures and you like them well enough. All right, let's wrap this up. Overall, what do I think? Well, I watched the Buffy TV show. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty good TV show. I don't think the figures really are a great representation. I picked these up only because I recognized the characters, I recognized the packaging, and I thought, hey, that's from a TV show I enjoyed. Let me get them and see what they're like. Beyond that, if these were just generic figures, I wouldn't like them. I wouldn't pick these up. They can pose, and oh, by the way, I finally got her hand up. When you have her coat on, the coat will help keep the arm up so she can show off Mr. Pointy. There's no possibility of putting these on figure stands. That's another disappointment to me, especially with her. She's got heeled boots on, and so unless you can get her in the right position, I wouldn't then she's kind of difficult to stand. If you can see, I shouldn't have touched her because now she can't stand again. He stands pretty easy. He doesn't have that same problem. He also does not have holes for a figure stand, which is disappointing that they didn't drill in a little bit of, some generic holes, and we could try to find something to get them to stand on. Otherwise, you're going to be left probably using some sticky tack stuff, white stuff here, to get them to stay standing. You bump them too much, you can see them wiggling around. I think his face and Mr. Pointy and the crossbow are probably the best accessories between the two figures. This really makes it, I would probably keep him more than her, because I think the figure is a little bit better with the knee joint, the butterfly joints, and the face. Her leg falling off, the ugly knees that she's got. I mean, come on. Can we not make better female figures these days? But anyway, so my overall thought is, knowing what I know now, I probably wouldn't have bought them. So if you really are a fan of these characters, give them a try, I guess. But I hope I presented a fair and honest opinion of these figures. I mean, if you're not looking for them to match the actor and actress's face, okay, then they look good. They do look nice. They have lots of articulation. There are some positives, but there are a few negatives as well. Anyway, that is all I've got for you today. Now it's your turn. What do you think about these figures? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you haven't already, well, check out whatever cool video is in the lower left-hand corner. Please like this video, share it everywhere. It really helps the channel and gets awareness out, apparently, of these action figures. Thank you for stopping by and watching. I will see you in the next video.